Good morning and welcome to the Friday edition of Sports This Morning. My name is Yemi Adebayo. It gives me so much pleasure to be here this morning to take you on a trip across the morning spinning world of sports. There's a lot to talk about this morning, a lot happening in the world of football. A lot is going to go down this weekend as regards our national teams. The Super Falcons will be in action, and the Dream Team 6, also known as the Under-23 team, will be in action today. And want you to get involved in everything that we're doing. Want you to get across to us with your views and your thoughts on Facebook and, of course, on Twitter on the show this morning. Later on, you're going to see it on screen, how you can get your views and thoughts across to us. That's it on your screen. If you want to speak out and be heard this morning on all the issues that we've talked about, that you've already read on our Twitter account, talking about Serena Williams, Lance Armstrong, the Glow Premier League, talking about what's happening in FIFA right now as we speak. A whole lot of interesting things to really talk about this morning. On Twitter, the official channels handle, channels_sports, and my personal handle also right there on your screen, Yemi Adebayo 20. That is how you can speak out and be heard this morning, and that's how you can get your views across to us. Let me quickly give you a rundown of the things we're going to be looking at. I've said it already. We're going to be talking about our national teams. We're going to be talking about FIFA. The bidding rules for the World Cup has changed. So you want to know what has changed? Just stay with us. We will let you know what has changed. And of course, we'll talk about Lance Armstrong as well on the show this morning. Before we go on a quick break, let me quickly introduce my partner to you, Nii Okwande. He's no stranger. I was here with me on Friday. But Nii, let me welcome you. How do you react to some of the issues I just talked about?
Well, I'm going to start on a slightly different note. I'm excited to be back and not having to talk about issues in the NFF, issues at FIFA. Now we are talking about football. At Nigerian football level, it's football for the under-23 female and the national team as well, the female national team. So it's all about football this weekend that we're talking about. So there are no issues today. So it's exciting to be back on the show.
Oh, well, you'll be dragged into one, FIFA. But we'll get to that later.
This time around, it's not
as bad as used to be.
Yes, not as bad as used to be.
Okay, all right. That's Nii for you. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll start things off with our national teams, talking about the Falcons and the Dream Team 6. Join us again.
First and foremost is tournaments. We hardly attend tournaments. Like last year, Lagos, then still last year, we played Abuja International, October. Since then, no tournaments until now. So if there will be a lot of tournaments, then the game will really grow.
Right now, the players are in camp, and I think it's a little good time for them to train from now to the African Games. And with the crop of coaches they have in camp, I guess they should have a good preparation for the tournament.
It's very, very good because it's unlike last year. It's more improved this year because many countries come in, and we can see so many offset in the tournament because some of Nigerian players prepare for this one better than the last one. Actually, with this, what we see, the performances we see in this tournament now show that Nigerian team is ready for all African game because the player really play very well in this tournament.
Welcome back. What you just saw, reactions from the Lagos Badminton Classics that started on Wednesday. It's going to end tomorrow. Our man, Austin Okondakman, was there. Brought that to you. Some players, Nigerian players, speaking their minds, telling us how they feel, what needs to be done to improve the game in Nigeria. Yesterday, there was an upset. Jim Kambulos, Nigeria player ranked outside 500, defeating the defending champion of the Lagos Badminton Classic. It was a good day. Mixed fortunes for Nigeria. Some did well, some didn't do too well on yesterday. So that was what happened yesterday. And of course, we will, fill you in, give you more details as we get them. But, our national team players there talking to you about what needs to be done to improve the game. All right, Nii, let's start with the ladies. usually we start with the guys and we'll be accused of, neglecting the ladies. So let's start with the ladies and bring to you round 3 of the qualifiers for the 2016 Olympics to be held in Rio. Okay, that's it on your screen. South Africa and Kenya, Cameroon, Ghana, Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea, Cote d'Ivoire, and Zimbabwe.
Well, the pick of the tie for us is Nigeria against Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah, of course.
Because they are both teams are top dogs.
29 players already in camp for Nigeria.
And the players are actually fired up with the news of the media officer that actually died yesterday. They lost their media officer. So they've been saying they are actually going to play.
And win
for their media officer. Although I'm a little bit worried because they actually they skipped training. They skipped training after the news broke. Some of the
understandably.
Yes, Evelyn, the captain, and Desire Paranosia as well. She also gave her thought as well. She's a little bit disappointed that the woman has gone, but they have to move on and play the game. So they said they are going to beat Equatorial Guinea for her. Okay. The media officer.
And this is just the 3rd round. There's going to be a 4th round. Yeah. Nigeria will face the winner of that encounter that we should keep our eyes on, South Africa and Kenya. If we are able to scale Equatorial Guinea. But Equatorial Guinea, as long as we're not playing them in Equatorial Guinea, I don't have a problem. Now we're playing them at home. I hope we'll have done business
at home
before we go to Equatorial Guinea. But whenever we go to Equatorial Guinea, a lot of funny things do happen.
Well, our girls are still fresh from the fact that we just went to a tournament and they came back. They didn't disgrace Africa, really. So from at least some of the experience again from the tournament, the fact that the players have been playing competitive football as well, this also shows that by the time they play Equatorial Guinea, they should be able to get more than enough goals, because that Equatorial Guinea is a top African side when you talk about female football. So when you're going away, that you have to do the business at home so that you don't have to bother yourself so much. Unlike, just like the under-19 girls or something, they did the business even away from home. Okay. If we can get a very, very good result at home, we won't really have to bother about going away.
Okay. So that's it. Talking about our girls, this team has promised so much. Some will say delivered so little, but nobody can argue when it comes to what they've been able to achieve on the continent.
African continent.
And so we're hoping that this dominance at some stage will be translated globally. And looking at these girls, looking at what happened, supporting what you said, what happened at the World Cup, you have a feeling that with the right structures in place, right kind of management, these girls will go places.
Well, if you look at the way they played at the World Cup, you'd really wonder if there's still a little bit more that can be added into the team. Although the coach is no longer with them, they're working with a temporary...
Christopher Danjuma,
the temporary coach in charge now. But I think, just like the Super Eagles is going in a different direction, like, I don't want to delve too much into the male team, but just like they're going in a different direction, now have Olise as the head coach, maybe we should bring in somebody as well that will, bring something different to the team. Because the girls have always gone to international tournaments, have always come back home in recent times, won't disgrace Africa, but won't do anything spectacular. And I think we are good enough to do something spectacular in the very, very near future.
Okay, all right. That's talking about the Falcons. The game will be played this weekend. Nigeria will face Equatorial Guinea, a 2-legged affair. If we scale that out, we'll go to the fourth round. In the 4th round, South Africa or Kenya will be waiting for us. If we also scale that out, a place guaranteed at the Rio 2016 Olympics. All right, let's talk about their male counterparts. Not the senior team now. It's going to be the under-23 team. Of course, they're through to the All-African Games, but this one is the CAF Under-23 African Championship. For the ladies, it's just 4 rounds. Yeah. For the guys, after the 3rd round, they go into the group phase. And that's where it's key. Let me quickly run through this. I'll allow you to have your thoughts quickly. Cote d'Ivoire take on Zambia. Gabon take on Mali. Egypt take on Uganda. Zimbabwe take on South Africa. Well, of course, you already know. Nigeria takes on Congo. Morocco takes on Tunisia, North Africa, an affair in that one. And Algeria take on Sierra Leone. Of course, it's going to be a 2-legged affair. 7 teams will join the host in this one. Your thoughts quickly. Let's not forget Claude Roy will be coming back to Nigeria. And the last time he was here, it wasn't pleasant for us.
It's actually the main, and it's been the main issue, Claude Leroy himself. It's not even the fact that we are playing Congo, because I've read in some of the dailies.
The story is Claude Leroy.
Yes, Claude Leroy actually has this head-to-head against Nigeria, 3-2. That is the score that currently stands. The last time he came here against the Super Eagles, it wasn't really good news for the Super Eagles as well. So we are really, the first thing is they have to get the Claude Leroy, whatever, out of their head.
Fear factor,
yeah, the
whatever.
fear factor of Claude Leroy coming and play the Congo team that's facing them. And I'm
nail them properly.
Yes, because going away from home in Africa, this is underage grade. Even if it's the national team, you are not really assured, especially if you are going to a place like Congo. It's a very tough place to go to. So the boys really have to be fired up, get prepared fully, and ensure they get at least, just like we are hoping the girls will get a very good scoreline, get a good scoreline in this game so that they can have something good to take away to Congo.
Well, Coach Samson Siasia spoke to us on Sports Tonight via telephone yesterday. He was sounding confident, but the nucleus of the team is the guys on the domestic scene. And one or two guys were able to secure permission to join the team. I don't know if you think those guys have the quality to do the job.
Yeah, well, on his admission of confidence, you'd expect the coach to be confident. You know, he's been with the team for a while, and even though they've had a little bit of topsy-turvy run, a little bit, you know, not too convincing totally, you expect him to be confident. He's been working with the guys, and the mixture of the, you know, foreign base, and since the core of the team is locally based, you know, you expect the team to gel well enough so that they can be able to. You don't expect Nigeria to struggle against Congo, really, even if they have to pick players solely playing in our league. You don't expect Nigeria to struggle against Congo, even on that age level, 23.
But that's not always the case. Sometimes we do struggle.
Yes, but I'm saying we don't expect Nigeria to struggle, but most of the time it happens. Like, even as they've come through the qualifiers, really, you've seen that even the way they've progressed, it's not been like they've been in sterling form, they've been hitting teams 4-0, 5-0, no. They've just been managing to scale through. So this time around, we hope with the inclusion of some of the foreign-based players that will be coming, we hope the team will perform better.